All right, let's get into it. Today we are tackling something huge. Why is interacting with AI so weird? You know what I mean? It feels so strange, so confusing, and a lot of the time just fundamentally wrong. It seems like it's a person, right? But then it does these things that no human being ever would.
And I'm not just making that up. I mean, an AI can spit out these incredible, brilliant insights, and then in the very next breath, it'll tell you to do something absolutely bonkers, like put glue on your pizza. Think about it. It can destroy a world champion in Go, but it can't tell you how many R's are in the word strawberry. And that right there, that's the heart of why we're so confused. This really gets at the core of that disconnect. Look, if you catch a friend in a lie, right? There are rules, there's a social contract, they feel embarrassed, they learn. But in AI, oh, it'll just unleash this torrent of apology-related words. I'm so sorry, I'll do better. And then, without missing a beat, it'll tell you another lie. It's not just baffling, it's a huge sign that we're dealing with something completely, well, alien. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We are basically wired to see a person, a personality in anything that talks back to us. It's just what we do. But when we try to apply those same human rules to AI, well, that's why we're always so surprised and confused. It's like we're trying to play a game with a completely wrong instruction manual. Okay, so if we're using the wrong manual, what's the right one? We need a better way to think about this, a better metaphor. So let's try this on for size. Forget about a silicon brain. Instead, I want you to picture AI as just a simple bag of words. Now, this simple idea, it changes everything. It's not a thinking mind, you see. It's a giant probability-driven machine that just deals in text. Imagine a bag that contains pretty much every word ever written on the internet. Every word from millions of books, all just jumbled up in there, waiting. So how does it actually work? Well, it's pretty straightforward. Step 1, you send some words into the bag. That's your prompt. Step 2, the bag just looks around inside for the words that are most statistically related to what you put in. In step 3, it sends those words back out to you. That's it. It's not magic, it's not consciousness, it's just a gigantic matching game. And you know what? This explains so much, especially those weird AI hallucinations. When an AI lies to you, it's not trying to deceive you, it's not being malicious, it just means the right answer wasn't in the bag. So what does it do? It just grabs the next most likely thing, a bunch of words that seem related but are actually wrong. It's not behavior, it's just output. So, okay, this whole bag of words idea is pretty useful. Let's see how it helps us predict what this thing is actually good at, and maybe more importantly, what it's terrible at. It turns out this metaphor is a really powerful way to think about its strengths and limits. It's pretty simple, really. The AI's performance is a direct reflection of what's already in the bag. So, for example, ask it to list transportation disasters. No problem. There's tons of text about that in the bag. But what if you ask some super obscure question about paleontology? Well, it's going to struggle, because there just aren't that many words about that topic in there. And, oh, this is my favorite. If you ask it for life advice, you're going to get the most generic, bland pablum imaginable, because, well, that's what we humans have mostly written about life advice online. Okay, this leads to a really cool thought experiment. Let's travel back in time. Imagine we had a bag of words AI back in the 1600s, and we filled it with every single book and text from that era. Could it have discovered the moons of Jupiter before Galileo did? The answer, as you can see here, is a hard no. Absolutely not. Why? Because that 1600s AI bag would be filled with the consensus of the time, which was that the Earth is the center of the universe and doesn't move. And here's the real kicker. As a bag of yesterday's words, it wouldn't even have the vocabulary for something like discovery in the modern scientific sense. Galileo literally had to invent new language to explain what he was seeing through his telescope. The AI, it could only ever echo what was already believed. And this points to something really deep about progress. Real breakthroughs, the big ones, often start out as ideas that look completely unreasonable, maybe even stupid. But an AI, which is literally designed to give you the most common consensus answer from its bag of words, is built to avoid those kinds of crazy leaps. It turns out that revolutionary science sometimes needs what you might call useful stupidity. And that's something that, for now at least, only humans seem to have. Okay, so this is maybe the most important takeaway from this whole bag of words metaphor. It totally reframes how we should relate to this technology. It helps us escape this whole us versus them game. See, the moment we think of AI as a person, we automatically make it a competitor. It's just what we do. We get trapped in the status game, asking all these questions. Is it smarter than me? Is it going to take my job? Is it going to be our master or our slave? But the thing is, this whole way of thinking, it's just a complete distraction. I love this quote because it shows just how pointless that competition is. Think about it. Yeah, a forklift can lift way more than you can, but that's not the reason you go to the gym, right? You go to the gym to become stronger. The process is the entire point. And it's the same with something like writing an essay. We do it to become the kind of person who can think and argue clearly. But let me be super clear about something. None of this means AI is safe. Not at all. In fact, the real danger isn't that it's like us, it's that it's not like us. We have thousands of years of experience dealing with bad people. But with this, we have absolutely no idea what's going to come out of that bag next. It's the alien, totally non-human part that makes it so dangerously unpredictable. So, if it's just a tool, not a competitor, that means we've been asking all the wrong questions. We have to completely reframe how we think about this whole thing. The wrong question, the one we're all obsessed with, is AI better than us? It's all about competition. But a bag of words can't be better than a person. It's a category error. The right question is, does using this tool make us better? Does it augment what we can do? Does it help us improve? And this quote really brings it all home. For so many things we do in life, it's not actually about the final product. It's about the struggle, the process, and the personal growth we get from doing the work. The goal isn't just the thing you make, it's the person you become while making it. So at the end of the day, AI isn't a rival we should be afraid of, and it's not some god we should worship. It's a tool. It just happens to be the most powerful tool we have ever built. And that leaves us with the biggest question of all, a question that isn't for the AI, but for us, for you. What are we going to choose to build with it?